Hey everyone, it's Isaac here, back with another video. In today's video I'll be talking about 5 bad habits you may have when you're playing Nitro Type. I am a pretty experienced player of this typing website, and I know a fair bit about what to do and what not to do. Most of these bad habits you've probably already heard of, but some of them maybe you haven't, or maybe you don't even realize you're doing them. Now before we get started, of course there is a giveaway going on. It ends this Wednesday. It's for $25 million of Nitro Type cash. Part of that giveaway is funded by myself, part of it is funded by my brother Gaming with Sam, and part of it is funded by Mobile Typer. Also, we hit 300 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. That is super cool. I'll probably be doing a very special video soon, TM, but until that happens, just keep looking for that video. Should be up in a bit of time. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first point I have for you, and this makes it into just about every typing advice video ever on my channel. You all know it, you all love it, and not everyone here is great at it, including myself, but having bad accuracy is a very bad habit to have. It's also a not very easy one to correct if you're already set in your ways when it comes to typing. So I recommend doing a few things. First of all, practice on different websites when you're trying to fix your accuracy. Practice on websites that actually yell at you, I guess, for having bad accuracy, that'll make you backspace and fix your mistakes. You don't want to be typing solely on a Nitro Type website where all it'll do is when you type the incorrect character, all it has to make you do is just hit the correct character and you can keep going. That's not accurate how the real world works. If you did that on a real document or essay or report, it would just come out looking like complete gibberish. So practice with good accuracy, and therefore you will type with good accuracy. Next point is don't be distracted. When you're doing Nitro Type, I know a lot of people, including myself, like to either listen to music or watch YouTube videos. I do both of those, and I find myself sometimes getting distracted, and I find this actually really hurts my words per minute, because when I'm not paying attention, my accuracy goes down. When my accuracy goes down, my words per minute goes down. So you definitely want to make sure that you are focusing on Nitro Type and nothing else. Definitely, I recommend having something open in the background to entertain you if that is what you need, but don't let it get super distracting. I generally recommend listening to things that you don't necessarily need to watch to enjoy. I find that's a lot better than trying to listen to a video that you really need to watch to enjoy. Next thing's next, and I almost never see anyone talk about this, being zoomed out too far to where the text is too small to see. I keep my Nitro Type zoomed in quite a bit. I want to say 125%, and that is on a 24-inch monitor. So I can see the text loud and clear, and I don't feel super tired after racing. But a lot of people who have smaller screens, you definitely want to zoom in without basically zooming into the point where you don't have to worry about having to scroll over to actually see the edges of the page, just enough to fill the page. Next thing's next, your posture. This one's important and nobody ever talks about it. When I'm typing, I typically keep a pretty good posture. It just kind of helps my back. It's actually harder on your muscles, I believe, but it is also better for your health. You can have back problems. You don't necessarily have to wait till you get older. You can have back problems from typing with bad posture if you do it enough. Especially if you're a grinder or you do a lot of big sessions. Having really good posture is important. And I'm not going to talk too much about posture. Basically just sit up straight, keep your wrists elevated above your keyboard, and if you have any other questions, there are probably a ton of YouTube videos out there on how to type with good posture. Next thing's next. This is our last and final point. Very important. Nobody talks about this one either. Having hands that are too cold. Especially now that summer is starting to come to a close. Fall is kind of on its way, at least as of the time of uploading this video. Your hands are going to start getting colder if you live in a climate like mine, where we have all 4 seasons of weather. Maybe some of you live in Florida or another southern state or western state where it doesn't really get cold. And if that's the case, congratulations, you have very good conditions for typing. But if you're like me and you live in an area where it does get really cold in the winter and sometimes even the fall, definitely making sure you keep your hands warm. That's just a good idea. So running them under warm water is what I generally recommend. I typically run them under pretty hot water, but I'm tolerant of that because I've been doing it for a long time. Don't do scalding hot water. I think that can actually tense up your hands more than it will relax them. But yeah, warming your hands up, stretching them, shaking them. Sometimes I actually have to do jumping jacks to get my blood flowing. Just whatever it takes. Get blood flowing, get your hands warm. Helps out quite a bit. Now, when you do this, if you run your hands under warm water, typically what I'll do is I'll just type after I take a shower. It's just, kind of nice schedule integration there. I'll typically have to be careful to make sure I'm keeping my accuracy in mind, because otherwise my hands will just not literally fly off the keyboard, but you all know what I mean. They'll go all keyboard spamming mode because they're super relaxed and they feel super easy to move. The fingers are just all ready to go. You gotta keep those in check. Focus on accuracy. That's really how you get high words per minute. It's just keeping that in check. But other than that, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you all found this helpful. If you did, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. Again, we just hit 300 subscribers. That's fantastic. Thank you all so much. On our road to 500, my goal is to hit 400 by the end of this year. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal. We've got a few months left. Probably be streaming later this week. Don't know when exactly. I am pretty busy lately now that school has started again, but at least for now it looks like I'll be able to stream on a weekly basis, so that's nice. But that is truly it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below what bad habits that you think need to be corrected on Nitro Type or typing in general, and I will see you all in the next video.